does more than other places. However, I think it needs to a lot more. I don't think that it's perfect. I don't think it can be like at this point, but hopefully at some point. But like I think we have a lot more representation than a lot of other states I've been to. Like got like the food, got really nice. Chinatown's really good, and like I think we can do a lot better. But like it's alright.
Yeah, it's pretty multicultural. Whether it's 100% supportive, I'm not sure, but definitely trying to steer it.
I think as a grey majority, yeah, it does.
I'd probably say that here in Fed Square is a fantastic place that showcases a huge range of multicultural events. In addition to that, though, I think a lot of rural communities and councils support multiculturalism very well. But yeah, I think the CBD has a fantastic selection of events and support groups.
It's like, I feel like it's no one particular place because it's everywhere at the same time. So you've got things like what's happening right behind us. This is part of the Asia Triangle Pacific Performing Arts. Melbourne just has things like that all the time. So I think it's more the cultural event, I'd say.
I'd say when you go into the suburbs of Melbourne, in the CBD, there's a lot of various cultures coming together. But when you want to look at like the potency of certain communities, cultural communities, you've got to go into your suburbs. Yeah.
I think that there's definitely an intent to celebrate Aboriginal culture in the city of Melbourne. It's not as prominent as I'd like it to be. There's also a large focus on Asian cultures. Asia Topa is on at the Arts Centre at the moment, so Asian arts, celebration. So I think I'd like to see more Aboriginal, but the city of Melbourne, I think, is definitely focusing on Aboriginal and Asian cultures.
Like years ago, I would have said either Italian or Greek, but I don't know, there's a bit of everything really. I suppose there's a lot of Chinese people here now, but I can go with that. One's more than the other, to be honest.
I don't think there's necessarily one culture that is prominent here. I think because there's such a mix of people of different backgrounds, it's a bit of like a melting pot of different cultures, so I don't think one is necessarily stronger than the other. Yeah.
I think there are a lot of events in Melbourne, but there could be more and different types of events. Normally it's just like a festival where you have like a parade and then food, and that's it. But there isn't a lot of grand events, like an international cultural music festival or something like that. Something like that doesn't exist in Melbourne right now. A lot of it's mainly based on like parades, costumes, and food. So I think that would be a good idea.
I think there's absolutely quite a few events. There's always room for more, but I think that the Melbourne does do a very good job at showcasing all these cultural events.
And if there are, they're all a bit under wraps. They're all a bit like celebrated only by those particular culture. And I think there's probably enough being done to spread it amongst all of us to make it a great event.
I do. Not only do I work in the city, and so I sort of generally find myself at multiple events, but I work for a company that puts on numerous shows and performances that highlight a lot of these cultures and communities here in Melbourne. So through my work, but also through my daily life, I try and attend as many events and festivals as there are.
I mean, I eat a lot of different food from everywhere. That's probably the main thing. But yeah, again, like going to the events like the Japanese festival. I also volunteer at the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre. So there's a lot of people from like Afghanistan and more Middle Eastern countries. So that way as well.
I probably wouldn't say regularly, but because I work at a festival, an arts festival, I get more exposure than a lot of people probably do. Probably should do more.
I guess a lot of people probably live here though as well rather than tourism. I work in the city and the tourists that I see are mainly domestic don't know, I feel like they're more living here rather than visiting.
I think Melbourne's a really good tourist destination, I think, and like because it's quite accessible. Like it's not. I think like if you come here from another country, you're gonna find something like that's very I don't know, a lot. We're kind of multiple. Yeah, how do I say this? I think like if someone comes from another country, they're gonna find something that's really good, even if like it's very like. Even if it's not the whole place is familiar, it's always going to be bits of which I think is really good because like people coming from other countries, yeah, it's a very like interesting place, very accessible.
How do you think?
I do, yeah. Given that we are a very multicultural city, I think you see a lot of people coming from overseas and immersing themselves in the cultural experiences here in the city, in Melbourne, and yeah, I think all the various events are an absolute, very engaging for anyone, really.
I think Sydney is pretty big, but where you come from, I think it's getting that.
The last time I went to Queensland, I was 7, so I couldn't really say. But I did go to Sydney recently, and I did find that although there were pockets of different, various cultures, they did tend to interconnect. So Melbourne sort of overlaps a lot. Like you have, for example, like down the road there is this Chinese shop that is strictly for the packing and sending of items to China. And then right next door there's an Italian shop. Yeah. Whereas in Sydney I find that it solely exists in pockets. And then you find that with people as well. They tend to coexist with their people. So I find in Melbourne you tend to overlap a little bit. But that's a generalisation.
Yeah, like I said before, I think Melbourne is definitely one of the most diverse and multicultural cities in Australia. I've sort of, travelled a lot throughout Australia and lived in a few places here, but just like I said, the different events that we're always hosting, the diversity in kind of food and art here, I think is probably, like I actually think Melbourne is the most multicultural city in Australia, to be honest.
I'd say so, yeah. I know through my experiences with teaching and teachers that we're putting a lot more emphasis onto the normality of multiculturalism. When I was younger, it was a little bit like that as well. We learnt the roots of Australian history, and a lot of it had roots in migration. And we learnt that from a young age, which I'm sure you guys would have learned and you would be learning at the moment, otherwise you wouldn't be doing this. So I think it's becoming more of a normal thing to realise that there's not just, Anglo-Saxon Australians and Indigenous Australians. In Australia, there's everyone. Yeah.
I hope so. I think,
Yeah, like there's like the Chinese museum, like the immigration museum and that.
exactly, which in primary school, but like, I think, we can definitely do a lot more in this sense, but like, we're both studying teaching at the moment, we just started, and I've been looking at like the things that we're going to be learning about. We're learning a lot about like diversity and like how to teach diversity.
That's really good.
And like
Aboriginal and stuff.
exactly, like Indigenous and like what really, like, so I think that it will get, we'll learn a lot more. I think like we're starting to really put it into schooling, so it's like, it's good to
I think it's a combination of like the resource and events here, as well as kids just being exposed to people of different background in their schools and sporting clubs and all that sort of thing. So, I think it's really, I grew up actually in the countryside, and we had a couple of people of different ethnicity and backgrounds, but it's such a minority, whereas I think kids at school here, you have people from all different backgrounds, and I think that's great for kids to be able to kind of meet people from other cultures and stuff that, I think it makes people more understanding and accepting of people who are from, different from themselves.
Yeah, I think that's probably already a lot, but maybe more prominently. It would be cool. I guess the world's always changing with globalism and the ability to move around. So I reckon it will, but probably in the long term, maybe.
I don't know if it'll necessarily be more, because I feel like there already is such a diversity in people here, but I definitely think it will continue to be a huge part of what makes Melbourne special. I think that the different mix of cultures is really strong here, so I can't see that I think that will always remain in Melbourne.
And you hear so many different languages as you go through the street. So you're sort of exposed to different cultures in a way that is exciting. Not only that, I mean, obviously, I'm really hungry. You caught me in the middle of eating. So you go down the street and you have your pick of any delicacy that you would like. So that sort of enriches Australia a little bit more. You get a little bit of a taste of every single culture. You've got your music scene. So you're not old enough just yet.
Yeah,
but
soon.
Yes, soon. But there are a lot of clubs in Melbourne or bars in Melbourne that do showcase certain cultures in their music. So I think it's definitely done a lot. It brings a lot of people out, it brings a lot of people together, it sort of brings like a vibrancy to Melbourne.
I just think it really brings a wider education to everybody. I think the city benefits from it, brings other people into the city, it just makes it more vibrant, and I think we're all more educated and better off for it.
So there are things like the economy and stuff from tourists that you mentioned, but I think it's benefited, its reputation has benefited because it's seen as this kind of really culturally diverse and has a lot of cultural depth to it. So I think it's got a really good reputation in Australia and overseas.
We can just see by looking around, it's vibrant, there's lots of variety, lots of people come here. I think it's definitely benefited.